I've come to the River Ouse in Cambridgeshire today to fish for one of my favourite autumn species, and that is the river perch. It's a classic time of year. It's early November, the leaves are just starting to die off, the weeds dying off. The prey are in abundance here where I'm fishing. I'm on a straight bit of river at the bottom of an S-bend. It's 7 foot deep just above me, but it does drop down to 10-12 foot in front of me here. It's clear of weed. There's prey fish topping all this morning. It's a classic time of year to fish. Like I said, I've been lucky enough to catch some really nice fish here in the past, over £3. I know they're here. Whether they want to play ball today, that's a different thing. We've got a mild overcast day, again classic perch conditions. I'm using 2 tactics this morning to give me the best chance to see which works on the day. It's 9-10 o'clock in the morning. We've got all day in front of us. I'm sure we're going to get a few fish. One of my favourite methods for fishing static lobworms is to fish a little bit of ground bait over the top of it. I do this for 2 reasons. One, it will attract the perch and bring them in, but it will also attract the prey fish that the perch will be hunting after, condense them into a smaller area around my baited zone where my lobworms or my live baits are fishing, and there's more attraction. You've got attraction for the perch and you've got attraction for the roach and prey fish they're bringing in with them. So I always start my mix. I don't use up a lot of it, but I always start with the worm lean. This is the actual soil that the worms live in when you order them. It's full of aminos, little bits of broken worm in there as well to start with. So I always start my mix with this. It's nice and dark. To this, I will add a small amount of ground bait. Again, a dark mix I've got here, which I add onto the top of it. As I said, I don't make up a lot. I'm not looking to heavily bait the area, just a few balls into the swim, just to attract both the perch and the prey fish. So I'll mix this together. Like that. Next thing I will add into it is a handful of maggots. I don't put too much in there because you don't want it all breaking up as you're throwing it out. You want it to land in the area you're fishing. So you don't want loads and loads. Sometimes I'll even use dead maggots, where you can get that out a little bit further without the ground bait actually breaking up. And then onto this, the good old lobworm. I'll take a few of these, handful of these, like this, and then I will simply give them a good carefully cutting them up. Get all the juices flowing. Plenty of attraction, visual attraction, as well of course of all the aminos and the flavours that are going to be leaking off of those. And that will draw fish from downstream on the river today, where the flavour's going down and the scent trails are going downstream, and that will bring them up to your baited zone. And then lastly, I do like to put a little bit of additive on the top of it. Generous glug of that. It's a proven winner. It's been proven that it does work. It does attract the perch into the swim. I'll flavour my hook baits with this as well, my lobworms individually, and I'll give them a good glug of that, especially on a cold day where bites are a premium. And then get your hands in there, give it a good mix up, and I can smell the flavours coming off of that. And then I will add a little bit of water to this just to get it to the right consistency, but that is all I will use to start the session off with. You don't want to go mad. A few balls of that into the swim, kickstart it. You know you've got bait down there, you've got visual and the attraction of the maggots, as well as the worm and all the scent. And as the session goes on, I'll add a little bit more to it if the perch move in on the feed. Well, here we have it. Proof is in the pudding. The tactics work. This one I've caught an absolute peach of a autumnal perch on the popped up lobworm. The hook's just come out in the net there. But there can be no finer sight than that on an autumnal day. Certainly over 2 pounds. A little bit lean. Still not fully fattened up for the winter. But Richard Walker said they were the biggest fish of all, and they certainly are. There's nothing more as impressive. Look at the colours on that. The greens, the blacks, the oranges. One of my favourite autumnal fish. If I can just show you the... Look at that. What a predator. Well happy with that on a day like today. Let's get it back straight away.